back to my channel. Here we are starting my kitchen once again, nothing new, and kids crying in the background. Be right back. Okay, so I thought, why not start a vlog reading all Rockstar romances, because I have been wanting to read The Words, heard amazing things about it. Excited for that. I'm on page 26, and I think, what's her name, Lennox, I think it's Lennon, is going to tutor him because he's failing English, and that's really the only class that he's really like struggling in and failing. The other ones he's like barely passing in, but like he'll pass. But he's just worried about like his band and things like that. But he knows that before he actually makes it, he's gonna have to get another job to be able to support himself to make it. So far it's sounding a little bit interesting, and I can't wait to see how much better it gets. Another big thing also is that like she gets bullied, but her dad is a very famous songwriter, so a lot of people hire him to write songs for him. I think it says it right over here. It says her father is Don Michael, a man who's written a couple of hit songs for a lot of great musicians, and while I'm too proud to ask him to put a word in with his connections, I have every intention of hiring the man once I make it. But in order to do that, I need to graduate and find a way for Lennon to tutor me without discovering one of my biggest secrets. And I wonder if his biggest secret is who his dad is and how his dad almost made it but didn't get to make it. So I guess we'll see. It is the next morning. I'm just making my coffee, so I'm waiting for that to be done so I can go get it. But I came to update you guys on where I'm at. What is it? The words. First off, let's talk about it. Not the freaking cucumber part, where she says I've been practicing on a cucumber. Like, what? Like, never in my life have I heard something like that. Loved it. She's very funny. I love that she doesn't, yes, she got bullied, but she didn't let that, obviously she had issues from the bullying, but like she still kind of like stuck up for herself, right? And she never let, like, they said something, she always said something back. Like, it wasn't like they ran over her, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Also, how it all ended, like their high school years like that, to make her hate him. Like, sir, why would you do that to her? At everybody, why not just ask her? She probably would have let you. But the way that he pushed her away and made her hate him, even though he did not truly want to do that, like, my mouth was on the floor because I was not expecting that. And now that she has to work with him to be his sober companion, talk about a twist that I was not expecting to see coming. But then also like her dad being super sick and like forgetting who she is. Like, my great grandmother dealt with that very early, I feel like, for her age as well. And it's truly a heartbreaking experience. So I totally relate to her on that aspect and feeling and things like that as well, because it's very heartbreaking, like she said in here, to see the person that you love well physically but mentally just not there at all. It's very sad to see, but it's also nice to read from somebody else's perspective as well. I'm chapter 28, so I'm 31% into it. I did not go to sleep. Well, I didn't read all day until nighttime, and then I got 31% into it. So I think honestly I might finish this today because I just could not put it down. I went to sleep at like 1:40 last night in the morning. Regret. Need to get my sleep schedule back on schedule, so where I'm waking up early because the girls start school next week, so need to get that underhand. I am loving it. I can see why so many people love this book. It's very just like, I don't know, I was getting butterflies. I was getting like the ugly butterflies. I don't know if that makes sense, when you feel like something bad's about to happen. I was getting that. I was cheesing with them, grinning with them. Like, I am loving the experience of reading this book. I love how, like, try to get payback on him now. I think that he messed up and that she deserves that. And he's kind of like spiraling right now with using drugs, drinking, doing things he probably shouldn't be doing in public. He is doing it all right now. Then it makes sense. Like, he lost a bandmate in a car accident that they were both in that he feels very guilty about, right? Which, get that, I understand that. But you said you didn't want to end up like your father, and you're kind of just acting like your father at this point. Can't wait to see how she's about to whip him into shape, and I'm super excited about that. So now I woke up and I was thinking about it. Like, I was just like, I need to read this. I kind of wish we had a different cover though. And this isn't my favorite cover. It's not. Like, this is not how I picture him. So the words inside are all worth it. It's what it's worth. And you know, I can't complain. I got this book on sale for literally like $9. I went in over here at the end of the day. I went in. Sorry if I sound super congested. It's because I am. I'm dying over here. I've been sick since like Christmas with congestion and headaches and head cold, whatever you want to call it. I've had it. Read the rest of my day away. Especially, what day is it? I don't even know what day it is. It's Saturday, the 4th. Yeah, so I'll be reading all day. I don't plan on doing much of anything whatsoever. And maybe I'll throw some quotes on here whenever I do find some good ones, because I have been seeing some good ones. I'm just like, ooh, I really like that. Just because they're relatable and like everyday things that you're just like, yeah, I feel that. Also, thank God for her neighbors who literally care for her as a daughter, who are helping her with her father. People like that, oh, just bless our hearts. Seriously, bless our hearts, because no relations to you, don't really need to help you, but knowing they know about her and have grown with her and have seen her grown and have helped her father over the years, why not? There are good people still in this world. I feel like it. And that's not even because of this book, these characters are fake, but there are still good, I believe there are still great people in this world. Maybe just a handful. The good always outweighs the evil, in my opinion. As my dog jumps around and acts crazy in the background. What are you doing? Are you being a good boy? Back to reading and making my coffee. Okay, I just read chapter 39. All I have to say is that my heart hurts for her. The second half of it, when her dad calls her and he thinks that she's the neighbor, and he goes, "I'm so proud of her." He repeats, and it's both a dagger and a balm to my heart. My baby girl is going places. Here I wish that were true, only because she has her great dad. No, it's all her. She's so much more than she gives herself credit for, you know, so strong and talented. A deep exhale fills the line. She doesn't know it, but I heard her sing once. She has the voice of an angel, just like her mama. It's a shame she keeps it hidden. My chest cracks open like a dam, and it takes everything inside me not to break down. I miss her, he whispers a moment later. She misses you too so damn much. Almost started crying and tearing up reading that, because I can't imagine. That's so heartbreaking to know that, like, that's literally all she has, because her mother already passed, so her dad is literally her everything. So I don't know. Guys, it's so sad, but also like everything going on with her and Phoenix and this tension, and then bringing in George from the group now, seeing how much Phoenix hates himself and blames himself for the accident and people that were hurt in it as well, and how he just doesn't want to be alive anymore. It's heartbreaking, just as much as everything going on in her personal life breaks my heart. It literally breaks my goddamn heart for her and for him, because you can feel the chemistry of them between the pages. How George doesn't see that, I'm just a little bit confused, because I feel like everybody else sees it but him, but it could just be because he's blinded because he likes her. I don't know guys, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm nervous. But I'm really enjoying the flow of the book. Like, I literally feel like I've only read 100 pages and I'm literally on page 291, and it doesn't feel like that, and I still have all this to go, and I'm like, what else could possibly happen? Like, what's going to happen? So I'm kind of excited to see what happens. I truly did not think I was gonna get emotional reading this, but I'm so emotional reading this. Like, I literally just want to bawl my eyes out. Like, he does these terrible and says terrible things, but then he'll flip and do something, the sweetest thing. Like, you know, I don't know, it makes me want to cry for her. Especially because she's already been through so much, from being bullied through high school, thinking that, you know, we know, obviously us as readers, we know that what he did was not in a malicious way. But he still did it and never explained anything to her. So of course she's gonna take it the way that she took it. And oh, my heart is hurting for her, for him, for everyone around it. I don't know. And I don't want to see George get hurt, because he seems like such a good, nice guy. Oh, I am just really struggling over here. Not struggling in a bad way, in a good way, because it's making me have all the feels, but I'm just like, why? My heart is hurting big time. I can see why so many people have said such amazing things about this book and love it so hard. Like, I can definitely see myself eventually rereading this book again, and when I say that, that means it most likely is going to be a four stars or up type of book. And I'm loving every second of this, and I don't want it to end. And I'm saying that at 300 pages, and there's still all this to go, so I don't know how I'll feel once I get closer to like the end, but it's amazing. The revenge that Sabrina gets. God, I feel like I'm coming on here like every other chapter, because chapter 41, she got everything she deserved in that chapter. But like, how can you not love Phoenix for that? You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going back and forth? It's like, I hate him, but I love him, but I truly really love him. I'm just really loving this book. I kind of wish it was a series. If it was a series, can you imagine this broken up? I'm glad it's one book and I can just read it in one go, but she could have just made this into a series in itself. I'm loving it, and I have a feeling this is probably going to be one of my favorite reads of already 2025, and we're just starting 2025. Started off 2025 with good books so far. Let's just say this is my second book of 2025, and let's say I started book one with Quicksilver, and that was a 4.5 for me. So I'm starting off the year very, very good. I'm really happy where this reading experience is going with this book. I didn't know how I feel. I feel like the last time, it was probably last year sometime, I think, or even the year before that, where I started a Rockstar romance. I love them. I love reading them. I love the drama that comes with them. I think that's what I love the most, is the drama and the angst and the wanting and pining. And this book is just doing it perfectly because they're both wanting and low-key pining for each other, even though they really hate each other right now. So it's just very interesting to just see how this is all gonna play out. Like, I'm so excited to be reading this, and I feel like people are like, girl, you are way late. I know. I got this like about 2 years ago at this point, and I've been holding it off, and I'm so mad that I've been holding it off, but I'm so glad that I picked it up now for this vlog. Okay, so I'm in my bathroom because this is only good lighting at nighttime. Tears. I did not think this book was gonna be so emotional. I'm literally about to be done with it, and I have nothing bad to say about it, except that I have been crying the last maybe 10% of the book. I was not expecting this to be such an emotional read. Excuse me, what's going on? Like, literally what's going on? I cannot believe I'm sobbing like that. Sorry, I'm relaxed now, but I was literally sobbing. You can see it in my eyes. I'm shook. Wow. And I'm not even done yet. I think I still have like 10% left. I'm not ready for this. My heart hurts for her so bad right now. I'll be back. If I don't update you guys once I'm done with it, I'll probably update you guys tomorrow morning because I'll probably be a sobbing mess by the end of this, but I cannot believe what I'm reading right now. It is the next morning. It is Sunday. All I have to say, I finished it last night. Ma'am, I was not expecting it to be that emotional. I mean, I was expecting the drama, the back and forth kind of, like things like that, but not the emotional connection that these two characters had. And then also her bond with her dad was so beautiful. Just so much happened, except like by the end, I do kind of feel like the end was kind of rushed. But I mean, it was a 600+ page book. Not that that makes sense, but like I felt like I could have read their story forever and have never gotten tired. I wanted more of Lennon and Phoenix so bad at the end. I was like, oh my god, like I literally sat in bed. I finished like at midnight, and I literally sat in bed and I was like, should I start another? Should I start my next Rockstar romance, or should I just wait? And I was like, I just need to wait because I need to process my emotions, because I'm telling you, the last 10%, maybe like at 80% of the book, I just had tears flowing unexpectedly. Like, there was no crying. It was just like the tears were just pouring out. The love that they had for each other, and the way that he showed her that he actually did love her and how sorry he was. Like, we got to read some letters that he wrote her but never sent, and I was a goner. I was just like, yeah, no. He's boyfriend material, husband material. I loved every second of reading the words. Like, I understand now why so many people love that book, because now I'm one of them. And when I tell you guys, I did not want their story to end. At 600, I feel like whenever I read a really long book and it's a bigger book like that, like I'm not dreading, but I'm like, oh my god, like when is the end? Like, you know, this one, I didn't want it to end. I was flying through the chapters like there was no tomorrow. Like there was no tomorrow, and I have no regrets on how fast I read it. I loved every second of it. I cannot wait to read the other characters' book, especially Memphis and is it no, it's Skylar. Their story sounds like it's about to be wild in and in itself. And then what is it, Storm? For some reason I feel like Storm's gonna have a really age gap romance with what's her name, with Quinn, but like years later, because obviously she's still a minor, and I just don't think that like he'll see her in that way right now. I think if anything's gonna start out with like her being infatuated with him and him constantly turning her down, and then something happens whenever she is a lot older. She's, I think, what, 16 now, but like a lot older, that makes their relationship blossom or something. I don't know, that's what I'm thinking. But like, I mean, she hasn't came out with a book for Storm, so maybe I'm just, you know, I'm over here like, let me give you ideas and you write it because you're the writer and your ideas and writing are amazing. That I ended up giving it 4.7 stars. Like I said, like I can see why so many people love that book. They were so relatable. Feelings were just so genuine for one another. Like soulmates, that's what you call soulmates, because I get chills thinking about it. It was just phenomenal. And it's not like, I'm not gonna say like the writing was out of this world, but like I felt the feelings. I feel like so many people come at authors for like, oh, their writing not being like I don't know, top tier, whatever the case may be. If you're writing and I'm feeling those emotions while reading, it's top tier to me, and she did that. Next, I'm gonna be starting Between Never and Forever. Heard amazing things about this. Did read the prologue, so what I'm thinking is that she's the rock star and he is kind of like the normal, like, you know, just a lover. But in this one, it's kind of unique because in the prologue we see that he has a 7-year-old daughter who looks up to her, and all I can think about is that, like, I think this might be her daughter. That's all I'm picturing right now, but it looks like they have like a messy, toxic past, it kind of just sounds like. I'm interested to see how like this dynamic in this one's gonna work, because I don't think I've ever read one where she's a rock star and he is kind of just a normal, you know? And what I mean by normal, just like a regular person. But she's going back to their hometown to film a movie. So I'm interested to see how it's gonna work out. It has nothing to do with Rockstar romance, but like we're supposed to get an ice storm this like week sometime. But look at everything outside right now. It's already icy. Let me see. Maybe if I put you guys, I don't know if you guys can see the ice on there. Definitely see it over there. And of course my dog's outside, but everything floods back here. Pray that nothing gets canceled this week. It just looks cold outside. Another thing I totally forgot to mention is that both the words and what is this one called again? I forget. Oh, Between Never and Forever. They both start like we're getting their past, right? So we're getting them in high school where they first met and like this love ignites, right? And I feel like books that start off like that, they always get me. You wanna know why? Because I get invested in the relationship because we're seeing them fall in love. Then where they're at right now, like probably not like they love each other, but like they're kind of, it's like hopeless kind of, right? They don't really like, yes, they're yearning and they're wanting this person. They don't see it ever really happening till something makes it happen. And I'm a sucker for that. I don't even know if that makes sense, but like I'm a sucker for that. I'm a hopeless romantic. This is why I love reading romance. I just love it. I love seeing people and reading about people love it, falling in love, and how every little thing, little counter that they do affects something else, right? And I it just makes me so happy. And I have a feeling I'm gonna end up loving this one too. And I think this one's actually like a series. We're gonna see how this all works out, because Lord knows that we need good books this year, and I think he's just handing them to me. He's like, this one, this one, this one, this one, and that one. This is my 3rd book of the year already, and my first 2 were phenomenal. And now let's just keep it going. 3 in a row, I will take that any day. I don't want to lose the momentum. I don't even know how far I am into it, but you can see that Levi, which is the main male character, I'm only on chapter 5 now, he's into it. His family is very religious and they don't like Savannah. And she has a very rough home life where she's getting abused by her mom's boyfriend. And she sneaks into his house at night and like lays in his bed, and he kind of like just gives her the space to like rest. But his mom literally despises her. Like I don't want to say I'm met, but like I know that a lot of religious people can be the way that his parents are, and it literally makes me want to go through the book and shake his mom. Like, how can you be such a cruel person and be a Christian? And trust me, there's a lot of cruel Christians out there, so a lot of judgment when there's no reason for them to judge. But that's not what this whole video is about. So we have this religion aspect where I kind of feel like you see him questioning like if his parents' morals are correct or not correct, because of how much hatred his mother, especially his mother, has for Sav. Like, it makes no sense that someone could hate a child when you have a child that same age and going through something very traumatic that no child should ever go through, and still you're telling your son there's nothing we can do about it. God chose to put these paths in her way or something crazy like that. And I'm just like, what, how, when, where, and why? Yeah, it's very interesting how this is all gonna play out, because she didn't want the cops involved to know anything about her or about the situation, but he went ahead and still went and told them because his parents ended up finding out about it. Even though he went to his parents for help at first, but then they somehow got involved with it even more now. I feel like whatever I just said made no sense whatsoever, but in my head, it made sense. You guys are probably gonna hear my kids because they are currently playing. I just came to update you guys on what is it, between Never and Forever, and I don't know how I feel about it. Like, part of me likes it, part of me doesn't like it. There's definitely like, I'm trying to think about what exactly, there's like this angst between them. Like, they know they are meant for each other, but like there's these obstacles that are constantly getting in their way. So we got the past at the beginning of the book, which I really like, because I'd rather get the past at the beginning and then we jump forward to the now, and that's kind of what it does. So we get a past of them like their freshman year in high school together and her whole home life, and we get to really know a lot about her and him, their home life, how things go and things like that, and you can already see the chemistry between them. And then we get another part like when he's, I believe, a freshman or maybe even a sophomore in college. They're like 18, 19 around there, and they run into each other again on his spring break, and they kind of have like this cute little love thing that they were gonna make something about it, and then something huge happens that kind of makes them go their ways until we get to the present time. And the present time is the only way they run into each other. It's because she's back around her hometown filming a movie, and honestly it's kind of sad to just see, like, you can tell how badly they both still care and want each other. At the beginning of the book now we know that he has a daughter, so it's very interesting dynamic to kind of just see going. I'm excited to see how it's going to end and where it's going to go. Let's see how far I am into it. I'm 52% into it. Not my cat constantly being up here with me. I'm 52% into it, so the goal is going to be to finish it today, and I'm loving what I'm reading so far. I will say, like, sometimes during the past I was kind of just like, do I really need to know this stuff? And then I got to the end, like that last chapter of the past, and I was like, I see why I needed to read this, but I wish we would have got to it kind of quicker. I don't know how much reading I'm gonna get done the rest of this week, but I want to at least read one more Rockstar romance to put in this vlog, so we're gonna see how that goes. I just have like a lot of appointments and things this week going on, because we all know I get very overwhelmed when I have a lot of things going on in the week, especially when it involves my kids. And one thing, I don't know if anybody else is like this, but I am traumatized from the dentist from being younger, and I'm trying to make my kids not traumatized from. Okay, what happened here and who wrote on the back of it? Yeah, I don't know how much reading I'm gonna get done this week, so I do know I do want to finish this book tonight. The girls go back to school tomorrow. I think this ends in a cliffhanger. I think it might end with a cliffhanger. I think there's 3 books in this series, if I'm not mistaken, so we'll see. Maybe I'll jump right into the next one of that one and see, but not really 110% sure. I do have a whole bunch of other Rockstar romances downloaded on my Kindle so that I can read. Find a good one to read next, or just jump right into the next book in here. Literally was talking to my camera for almost like 7 minutes and I wasn't even recording, and that's funny because I should have known that because the recording didn't say it on my screen. But yeah, I finished Between Never and Forever, which is a Rockstar romance, and it's like reversed. Like, she is the rock star and he is just, you know, the lover. I really like the story. I think I love the characters. You see a lot of character growth throughout the story. There are minor things that I would change or add, I should say, like seeing her relationship build with her mother more. I think I would have really liked that. You have her mother who dealt with addiction and kind of was just a neglectful mother. She was, and she thought that she was doing the best that she could for Savannah and protecting her the best way that she thought that she could, but in reality, in Savannah's mind, that's just not how it went down. Then we have Savannah. Obviously we get her from teen, and then we see her again while she's 18, 19 around there, and then the present where she's kind of like not over her band, but she knows there needs to be some major fixes in the band if they plan on continuing, and she has been through multiple rehabs, has failed multiple times, and she thinks that now is like, you know, this is it. Like, she's doing good, she wants to do better, she doesn't want them to keep falling apart. Basically, there's a lot of tension between the band and just things like that, so she decides that they're going to take like a hiatus and she is going to go film a movie, and that's kind of where the now starts. But like, I want to say the first like 17 chapters in the book, maybe it's less, it could be less, it could be like 10 chapters in the book are in the past. So I feel like he never really talks to Savannah about his abuse, because what he goes through is abuse as well, but like it's never really mentioned. I feel like it's kind of like looked over, and I feel like that was something that I think he definitely needed to talk to her about. His parents were very religious, his dad was a pastor, his mother was very just a judgmental person. I think I said this in another clip. He would do something wrong, she'd make him read Bible verses, write Bible verses, whatever the case may be. He would get whoopings while reciting Bible verses. Like, it was just a very toxic environment and controlling environment for him as well. And I think that throughout the story we didn't really get to see his, like, we saw how he felt about it and how he felt about his parents, but we didn't get to see like him explaining his side and how his life was to Savannah. And I think that would have been a very big impact on her as well, because she didn't know that. She thought that he had the perfect life at home. She knew that his mom was a bitch. But what can you do about that? Some moms are, you know? And Savannah, it's just like they're just two characters just that have so much growth. There's something that Levi is just such a good person, okay? He's such a selfless person. He's a caring person. When he loves hard. When he cares hard. That's just the type of person that he is. He has like a savior. He thinks that he needs to save everyone as much as he can. And then I just think that there was just something that we find out near the end of the book. I just wish that he kind of would have reached out to her before and not have been so angry seeing her in the now when we get to the now. But yeah, no, I think I really enjoyed it. I think that there was a lot of angst and it was like right person but wrong time multiple times, right? And then you get to the now and it's like they see each other. There's all these conflicting feelings because of how everything ended when they were like 18, 19. There's just a lot that obviously goes into this book, and I think I love the angst, the wanting, the pining, the thinking that they're doing better for one another by letting each other go. Really resonated with Savannah and Levi. I think they're both very great characters, and I really enjoyed reading every second of this book. Oh, I ended up giving it, what was it, like 4 stars, I think? Just because of little minor things. I think it was a great Rockstar romance. We really get to see Savannah in her element. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I think there's gonna be other books in the series. The next book is following, is his name Taryn, if I remember, Taryn King, which he had kind of like a relationship with Savannah as well. I want to read that one eventually. Don't know when I'm gonna read it, but I do want to eventually read it. I don't know if I should just end this here just so that this video isn't super long or what. I really did enjoy both these books that I read. I really keep thinking about the word and the characters in the word, which, I mean, it was that amazing that I knew that was gonna happen. But I think overall, like, these 2 Rockstar romances, I think they were really great and really good reads. I have no bad things to say about them. But yeah, I can't wait to read more Rockstar romances. But I think I'm gonna end this video here though. I think I'm gonna end it. I do want to do a Rockstar romance recommendation video, so I'll probably end up continuing to read more Rockstar romances. They are I think they're just one of those dramas where there's so much drama in them and so many people love them because of that. And I'm one of those people, guys. I'll continue reading Rockstar romances because of that. And I have read a couple that I have absolutely devoured and loved. That being said, I will see you guys in the next video. And thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below. Bye!